Welcome back to another episode of Tactics, the series where we take the idea of predictable, profitable growth and break it down into the component parts, the day-to-day things that you need to do to produce the outcome that every e-commerce brand craves. In this episode, Jessica is going to break down what makes email marketing not just relevant, but essential for business growth. We explore why email remains the highest ROI channel and how behavioral data, segmentation, and automation create a scalable, personalized experience. As always, the series is brought to you by our partners at Motion and Sorrel, hand-selected as people that we think are contributing to the pursuit of predictable, profitable growth. Jessica will show you how to craft emails that don't just get opened, but actually build relationships, earn trust, and drive real results.
Thanks for joining. Today, we're going to be covering what makes a great email. Before we get into the details, let's talk about the channel itself. Let me start by addressing a question I get all the time. Is email marketing still relevant? Or, as it's more often asked, is email marketing dead? Well, the answer is not only that email marketing is alive, it's thriving and more powerful than ever. And here's why. First, when you build an email list, you're building a business asset you actually own. Think about what happened when Instagram and Facebook changed their algorithms, or the ongoing will they, won't they with the TikTok ban. Businesses lost access to audiences that they spent years building. Your email list, well, that's yours, period. Beyond that, the ROI numbers are really hard to ignore. We're seeing returns of $36 to $42 for every dollar spent on email marketing. No other digital channel comes close to that level of return. Not paid ads, not social, not even SEO. But what makes email particularly valuable is the behavioral data it provides. Every open, every click, every interaction, it tells you something about your customers' preferences and their intent. This isn't just data either. It's actionable intelligence that you can use across your marketing channels to retarget your subscribers and also find new people like them through lookalike audiences. And what ties it all together is scalable personalization. Once you set up your automations properly, you can deliver personally relevant content to thousands of customers simultaneously, like having a conversation with each customer, but at scale. These four elements combine to make email marketing not just important, but essential for any serious business growth strategy. So what actually makes a great email? Well, it's a lot of things, but for the sake of today's talk, I'll focus on these three key areas. And before we dive into specifics, let's look at how these three pillars work together to create truly exceptional email marketing. Think of this as a flywheel, where each element amplifies the others. When you target the right audience, you're able to deliver more relevant value. When you consistently deliver value, you earn the right to ask for engagement. And when you make engagement easy and rewarding, your audience becomes more responsive to future targeting. This isn't just about checking three separate boxes. It's about creating a system where each element makes the others more effective. Your segmentation becomes sharper because you understand what content drives engagement. Your value delivery improves because you know exactly who you're talking to. And your conversion rates climb because you've built trust through relevant, valuable content. The end result? Emails that don't just perform better. They build stronger, more profitable customer relationships over time. And that's what we'll explore in detail as we break down each of these components. So the first is targeting the right audience. Successful email marketing starts with reaching people who actually want to hear from you. This means understanding your audience's pain points, preferences, and behaviors to deliver content that resonates with their specific needs or affinities. Smart segmentation ensures that your message lands with the right people at the right time, meaning that it's more likely to see engagement and in turn conversion. Next, we have delivering value. Every email should solve a problem or fulfill a need for your reader. Whether it's exclusive insights, special offers, or educational content, the value must be immediately clear. Focus on what your audience gains, not just what you want to tell them. The best emails make subscribers feel like they've received a gift, not a sales pitch. And as I like to say, just saying, hey, come buy this thing over and over in several different ways is not a strategy. And it serves no purpose other than really killing your engagement. Then, speaking of engagement, the goal of every email. We have capturing engagement. Getting your email opened is just the beginning. Great emails inspire action, though, through compelling subject lines, scannable content, and clear calls to action. They inspire your audience, encourage clicks, and build lasting relationships by making interaction effortless and rewarding for your subscribers.
Okay, quick interruption to talk to you about motion. One of my favorite things about using motion is how quickly it gives me information to the kinds of questions I wonder about all the time when it comes to creative. So in this case, I'm looking at my Skullcandy instance inside of motion. I can very quickly and easily see my performance across different asset types. This is the thing that brands are incessantly curious about, is how are my static images doing versus my videos versus my DPA or DABA in any given period of time. So in this case, I can quickly pull up, create a comparison type report. I can look at how much spend on images versus videos versus DPA and DABA. I can see the ROAS, the AOV across all these spectrums, and begin to provide those answers back to my customer right away. This is just one of many different reports that exist instantaneously inside of Motion App that our team uses to help bring creative insights to our customers to help produce more outliers.
So now we'll dig a bit deeper on each of these. Let's start with targeting, because everything else builds on getting this right. The goal here isn't just to divide your list. It's to understand your audience deeply enough to predict what they need next. Smart segmentation looks beyond basic demographics. We're combining behavioral data, purchase patterns, and lifecycle stages to create a complete picture of each subscriber. Someone who regularly opens your emails but hasn't purchased needs a different approach than a frequent buyer who hasn't engaged recently, or someone who's very new to your list. And beyond that, someone who bought winter gear in December needs very different emails from someone who is browsing swimsuits in May. Your data tells stories if you know how to listen. Website behavior shows intent, email engagement shows interest, customer feedback reveals gaps, and together these insights help you anticipate needs before they're expressed. Personalization brings it all together. When you understand your audience segments, you can deliver content that feels personally relevant to each subscriber. This isn't just about using their name in an email. It's about showing them that you understand their specific situation and needs. And the goal here isn't just to send emails, it's to send the right emails to the right people at the right time. Delivering value is where you transform your audience understanding into meaningful content. Every email should make your subscribers glad they opened it. Customer-centric content starts with understanding pain points. What keeps your subscribers up at night? What challenges are they facing right now? How can you and your products help? But also look to answer why you versus your competitor in a way that makes your email list care. Your emails should provide clear solutions, whether that's through how-to guides, expert insights, or thoughtful and targeted recommendations. The strategic value mix is about balancing immediate and long-term benefits. Yes, provide quick wins and instant solutions, but also help subscribers build lasting capabilities. Think about both the urgent problem they need to solve today and the strategic advantages they need to develop over time. Let me make this a bit more concrete with an example from an outdoor retail brand. Imagine you're a subscriber who just bought their first pair of hiking boots. Your immediate need might be, well, how do I break these in before Saturday's hike? So your first email delivers that quick win. 3 specific tips to make those boots trail ready this weekend. But we're also thinking long-term. The next email might be sharing a complete guide to footwear care, helping you protect your investment. Then we build towards strategic value, perhaps a guide to building your perfect hiking kit over time. See how each email solves an immediate problem, but also helps subscribers become more knowledgeable outdoor enthusiasts? This is the balance I'm talking about. Yes, we'll tell them how to waterproof their gear for before this weekend's rainy forecast, but also teach them about layering systems and how to build a smart collection of gear for every season. You're not just selling products. You're helping customers develop genuine expertise that makes them more confident outdoor enthusiasts over time. When you nail this mix, something really interesting happens. Subscribers start opening your emails not just when they need something, but because they trust you to make them better at what they care about. And that's where you've truly delivered value. Then, speaking of trust, this is where consistency becomes critical. Think about how our outdoor retailer subscribers came to rely on that expertise. They know if there's a spring hiking guide in their inbox, it won't just be pushing the latest boots and telling them to buy something. It'll help them navigate muddy trails and unpredictable weather. When summer camping season hits, they're confident that the gear recommendations aren't just about sales, but about genuine solutions for common campsite challenges. This consistent focus on solving real problems rather than just pushing products is what transforms your emails from sales messages to trusted resources, and in turn, really great emails. And when you consistently deliver on that promise, when every email provides genuine value, you earn the right to make those sales. Because now you're not just another retailer. You're their go-to expert for outdoor success. This trust becomes your most valuable asset. When a subscriber needs new gear, they're not just opening your emails. They're actively looking forward to your recommendation. That's the power of trust-based email marketing. Now let's talk about turning all of that value into action. The key is understanding how people actually read emails, or more accurately, how they scan them. Think about our outdoor retailer example. I provided just kind of a mock-up of what this would look like at Right. When someone opens your weekend camping essentials email, they should immediately see the value. Stay warm and dry this weekend. That's above the fold and impossible to miss. Below that, you break down your gear recommendations into scannable chunks: tents, sleeping bags, rain gear. But here's where action design becomes critical. Each section needs a clear, specific next step. Your primary CTA, Get the Guide, should stand out visually and sit where they can't miss it. But notice how we're building a natural flow from the immediate problem, which is staying warm and dry, through to a solution we're offering and a clear primary action, getting the complete list. Secondary actions like product recommendations in section 2 support this journey without derailing it. This engagement flow is deliberate. Each element leads naturally to the next, minimizing friction points. If someone's interested in tent recommendations, they shouldn't have to hunt for the Shop Tents button. And keep in mind that on mobile, every touch target needs to be easily tappable without accidentally hitting something else. Think of it as creating a path of least resistance to value. When your hierarchy is clear, your actions are obvious, and your flow is natural. You're not just hoping for engagement, you're designing for it. And that's when your emails don't just get read, they also drive results. This is also where measurement becomes crucial, by tracking not just clicks, but patterns. Which content blocks engage people? What CTAs perform best? What journeys lead to conversion? You can continually refine your structure, and every email then becomes a learning opportunity to make the next one even more effective.
We interrupt this episode of Tactics to bring you a read from our partners at Sorol. Sorol is a complete solution that makes influencer marketing manageable, scalable, and profitable. You can take care of your entire program without having to pay for a ton of different tools, and it's amazingly user-friendly. I just want to highlight that I believe that influencer seeding is a must-do program for every brand that exists. It generates amazing organic conversation, generates a word of mouth, and allows you to generate tons of content that works really well in paid social. Let me walk you through the product and show you exactly why it's so powerful. Starting with discovery, Sorol helps you to discover the exact influencers that are perfect for your brand. Imagine you're my brand partner, Nike Strength, and you're looking for people who are great at creating content around what it's like to have home gyms. This builds you an incredible list of people talking about that content, shows you their engagement rates, their following, their growth rate, the estimated fare for delivery, and then allows you to easily manage these partnerships. Build an entire CRM board of every status of every relationship that you're reaching out to. You can build custom email drips to build communications, manage it in an inbox, all in one location, and then perhaps most importantly, track performance as you go so you can see the exact ROI on the program that you're developing. And this is just on the visual demand of the organic post. This doesn't even take into account all the potential there is to turn these assets into effective paid media promotion and build an awesome funnel of great organic content that supplements your paid media. Influencer seeding is a must-do for everybody, and Sorol is the platform to help you manage it end to end. And on top of the incredible software, They have one of the best customer relationship management teams I've ever seen. They're going to get on the call. They're going to help you make sure that the program is driving the outcomes that you want, immediately available for any issues that you're having. The customer service is great. The software is great. And it helps you to deliver one of the most important pieces of e-commerce brand marketing in 2025.
So let me show you these principles in action. Just move myself out of the way as well. All right, so I've got two versions of the same email here. They are a CTC email, just so I could really dig in a little bit. But I've got two versions again. This is a before, and we'll also have an after. And I'm looking to demonstrate how small changes in hierarchy, messaging, and CTA placement can transform effectiveness. The before version is up first. In looking at the content here, it does fall into some common traps. It leads with new video, focusing on what we created rather than what our reader gets. The valuable content is buried below the fold in dense paragraphs that are not easily digestible, and the CTA is almost an afterthought at the bottom. It's all there, but it's making the reader work for it. Knowing that we have about 2 seconds to make an impact when someone opens an email, this doesn't fit the bill. So what would? Let's take a look at the next slide. So this is the transformation, the after. The difference starts immediately in the inbox. The subject line, your growth plan is here. It speaks directly to what the reader wants. Getting into the email itself, the headline, Master Your 2025 Growth Plan, commands attention. It's followed by a clear specific benefit as well. Transform slow seasons into profit engines. Every element has a purpose, leading naturally to that get growing CTA, right where you would expect to take action. The improvements continue throughout the entire email. Where the original had said missed these for the subsequent videos included in section 2, that was essentially pointing out what the reader had failed to do. The revised version offers more growth resources, further extending the value that we're offering. Each section also maintains this clear hierarchy, benefit-driven headline, engaging preview, bold CTA. And it's more than just a visual refresh. The difference between an email that announces and an email that engages, between here's what we've made and here's how you grow, the difference between hoping for clicks and actually designing to capture them. Every change serves a purpose. Clearer value proposition, stronger hierarchy, more strategic CTA placement. Together, they transform this from an email that might get opened to one that actually drives results. This is what happens when we combine the principles that we discussed: understanding our audience, delivering clear value, and making engagement irresistible. It's not just better looking, it's better performing. Let's pull all of this together. What makes a truly great email isn't any single element. It's how targeting, value, and engagement work together to create results. When you deeply understand your audience, you can deliver exactly the value that they need. When you consistently deliver that value, you earn the right to ask for engagement. And when you make that engagement clear and compelling, you turn opens into actions. Think about that transformed email we just looked at. The targeting informed the message. We knew exactly who needed that growth plan. The value was clear and immediate, transforming slow seasons into profit engines. And the engagement was friction-free, clear hierarchy, scannable content, strategic CTAs. This is how modern email marketing works. It's not about blasting messages to a list. It's not about clever subject lines or pretty templates. It's about creating emails that respect both your audience's inbox and their intelligence. Emails that deliver real value in a way that drive real results. Because ultimately, a great email isn't measured by how many people open it. It's measured by how many people are glad that they did, and how you can measure that sentiment and engagement and conversions over time.